Got something coming up here I don't think you have ever seen before. This is a three-man tag. This one's going to be a dilly, because in it we have these participants.
Ladies and gentlemen, something new in Australian tag team matches. 3 men on each side with 2 referees. Working on the apron of the ring, checking the tags, Sid Novak. Working inside the ring, Ed Whalen. This is to the best 2 of 3 falls with a 60-minute time limit. From Buffalo, New York, in this corner, weighing 230 pounds, Don Beitelman. Also in that corner, from Wellington, New Zealand, weighing 232 pounds, Pat O'Connor. And from Niles, Michigan, weighing 218 pounds, Farmer Don Marlin. In the opposite corner, from St. Petersburg, Florida, his weight 248 pounds, Fritz Von Schacht. And from Kansas City, weighing 265 pounds, Gus Bernard. From Los Angeles, his weight 245 pounds, Hyman Rasputin.
Good evening, everyone. This is Russ Davis speaking to you, ringside, International Amphitheatre, Chicago. As you no doubt heard Brother Mastro, the ring announcers, say here, this is something new in the way of tag matches. This one, I don't even profess to know what it's all about, with the exception of the fact that 3 men are going to wrestle on each team. It takes 2 referees to keep the whole mess straightened out. We will try and get things squared away for you as we go. On this team on the right, the big lad who is hiding most of the referees is Fritz Von Schacht. 6'7" he stands. To his right is Ivan Rasputin, and to Rasputin's right is the chest Bernard. They're wrestling 3 men who are considerably lighter but faster. Boy from down in Australia and New Zealand, of whom great things are said, and I think you'll watch him perform here tonight, Bud O'Connor. Don Marlin is one of his associates, and Don Beitelman. There'll be no handshakes. I see that Novak is wearing a whistle here, so most anything can happen. This boy farmer, Don Marlin, wrestles barefooted and in just a pair of old blue jeans. Right up above our sound man here are the 3 meanest guys in the ring today. Here we go. 2 out of 3 fall, 60-minute time limit. Mr. Von Schacht missed Mr. O'Connor some way or other. Uh-oh. Mr. Von Schacht has a headlock on O'Connor. The rules go here that these men may change partners anytime that they can tag. Well, this Von Schacht is a big one. O'Connor's away from him. He's a smooth lad. Good looking. Well, Rasputin comes in. Let's see what he can do with O'Connor. This is old Tovarish. He's a meanie, this Rasputin. Onto the ropes, has to be broken up. Waistlock, no, 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 Rasputin, break it up. There was an arm lock posted. He's out over the ropes. You'll have to break it up, O'Connor. Well, there was a real cutie. That's one of the signs that shows that O'Connor is a European-trained man. They go a good deal for crotch lifts and holds that actually begin with a crotch lift. They'll use it quite often as a feint. We're having a board meeting here of Murder Incorporated. Still Rasputin, still O'Connor. Von Schacht is right up above us. A headlock on O'Connor. A little bit of eye gouging there as Rasputin left. Not enough to incapacitate the lad immediately. Hey, fellers, there are too many of you up here for me. And O'Connor caught one right in the middle of the face. Von Schacht let him have a knee in the back. Headlock on Rasputin. O'Connor's pulled the back of his hand right into Rasputin's face. You can see how he's using it here. Wow, what a check. There's another one. Look out, fellers. Mr. O'Connor. Gee whiz, he's out all over photographers, chairs, and everything else. The biggest thing here is to keep Mr. O'Connor in the ring without getting him all tangled up in it. Mr. Von Schacht, go home, will you? Get a hold of your rope.
Finish him up!
Von Schacht is being made. Ooh! There goes that mean left of Rasputin. There's the tag. Bernard is in. O'Connor is still soaking up the punishment here for the other team. Two flying mares in a row. Look at that boy. Bridge, will you? And come up with a headlock. No, Mr. Bernard, you got the wrong kids. Probably be a little bit hostile. Arm lock, falling. O'Connor hanging tight here to an arm bar now. Boy, how that guy can bridge. I've never seen anything like him in a long, long time. Look at that boy bridge. Uh-oh, now they got him bracketed. Mr. Von Schacht, you don't belong in there. Mr. Bernard had a couple of helping hands offered from O'Connor's teammates there. Mr. Bernard, I think right now, is about ready to go to the funny school. He looks it. Here's Farmer Don Marlin, old barefoot boy without cheek. He's got Bernard up in the corner, going after a waist lock. Uh-oh, didn't last long.
I got it.
Here's the tag. Von Schacht is in. Hey, Fritzy, you're going to have to go, boy, to try and catch him. He's got you. This kid Marlin put this waist lock on. Uh-oh. This is too bad. Fellas, you're going to have to break it up. There's a tag somewhere. Wait a minute, there's a hassle about the tag. No whistle. Somebody's got to get out of the ring again. Meanwhile, Marlin's getting taken apart. This is what makes this match a little bit on the ludicrous side once in a while. Crowd makes so much noise, nobody can tell what's happening. Quit arguing, Mr. Von Schacht, please. Uh-oh. Don's going to start his mole wrestling now. There's a tag. Von Schacht refuses to wrestle with Marlin. He's refused steadily to take matches against the lad because he doesn't like the crouching way in which he wrestles. Oh, so now we've got a board of directors meeting. Come on, fellas, let's wrestle. Get the show on the road. There was a wrist lock. It was only a feint into a reverse chin lock. It's a chokehold the way Rasputin's doing it. There was an arm lock. Nip. One. Yes, you're standing right on Mr. Marlin's feet, however. Boy, this is a real rat race. Oh, now Mr. Bernard has Mr. Marlin's other foot, and Novak rushes in. Good hard right into Marlin's tummy there. Count of 2. Rasputin's holding on to a wrist lock here. Get away from there. All right. Illegal help. 1, 2. You're going to be disqualified, Raz, if you don't get out. Oh, that's always good for him. Poor little Farmer Don up in this corner. Ooh, listen to that guy Rasputin smack him. Into this old Russian bear hug of Rasputin's. Marlin trying to beat him loose. He did. Ooh, all of this landing right on Rasputin's nose. Headlock. There's a tag. In comes O'Connor. Marlin has to get out. Mr. Beitelman's just seeing that Rasputin stays in the right neighborhood. It's like a revolving door day before a big fire sale, isn't it, huh? O'Connor took over there with a headlock, side-mared. Rasputin's trying to get him loose with a chin press here. That and the simple expedient of cutting off his wind by smothering him. Still a headlock that O'Connor's hanging on to. Mr. Von Schacht is wrestling for everybody here. Boy, the abuse that this guy Rasputin can take. He's a bear. There's no doubt about it. Here's Beitelman now. Beitelman's a fresh one of his team. Flying mare once. A drag. There's another one. Oh, Mr. Beitelman doesn't... Hey, fellers, this is turning into a hassle. Everybody's around here. 4, 5. Well, Mr. Beitelman gets back in, but Mr. Von Schacht still trying to wrestle Rasputin back into the ring here. Von Schacht is lousing up his team here. He'll get him disqualified if he's not careful. Boy, this Rasputin gets his waist lock, and you just have to use a crowbar on him. Uh-oh. Beitelman's working on Rass's cauliflower here. He says. Boy, this guy Rasputin's a tough one to stop when he gets this one on you. Just buries his head on your chest, and then it's virtually impossible to get him loose. Hello. Look out, boys. Here's the tag. Bernard is taking over with a waist lock on Beitelman now. Says Mr. Von Schacht, let me finish him. There's the tag, and it looks like it's going to happen. Hey, oh no. Friedrich, boy, you're going to be disqualified. Here's Beitelman hanging over the ropes. Says the referee, come on in. There hangs Beitelman, out like last week's wash. Down he goes. Split his head wide open here as he went out. Blood all down the back of his neck. Question is, can he get back in here in time? Back in at the count of 14. Boy, these big heavyweights are not giving him an ounce of a break. There's a chin lock posted that Von Schacht has put on. 1, 2. Nope. Beitelman flailed out from under. How he did, I'll never know. He fell right on his head. Count of 3, and the first fall is over with. Now look out, fellas. Let's not have a gang war here. The biggest thing is to get Beitelman back into joint here. This makes the first fall official now.
12 minutes and 2 seconds. The winner with the body press, the team of Bernard, Von Schacht, and Rasputin to the first fall.
Brother, this crowd wants no part of this. That's for sure. This decision, well, it wasn't a decision. It was actually a pin because Von Schacht made a body press on Beitelman. And so, consequently, that, all of me born days have never seen anything like this. This is a 3-man tag match, in case you've just gotten in here. Three of the meanest guys in the business, Friedrich Von Schacht, Ivan Rasputin, and the Chess Bernard, are against 3 very nice guys that the crowd always likes. Don Beitelman, Farmer Don Marlin, and Bud O'Connor. So O'Connor is a young heavyweight they're expecting a lot of things out of. Of course, a match like this, when it's more a question of working your way through traffic, is not at all indicative of what degree of wrestler he is here tonight. The biggest point is to keep his neck in one piece. There's the bell, and we're off on the second fall. Oh, our Mr. Von Schacht. Look, I don't want him. He's too tall for me. These whistles you hear in the background. Come on, Mr. O'Connor wants some of you too, Rasputin. Well, let's see what happens. Well, he got tagged. Boy, and how. Mr. O'Connor is a New Zealander. And I imagine when he loses his temper, he can really lose it. Look out, boy. This is one of the craziest, wildest things I've ever seen in my life. One of the things that keeps promoter Fred Kohler one of the top men in the business. Wrist lock on O'Connor again. Let's see if he can get out of it this trip. Nope, he didn't. There's a pickup to a... Well, let's see what... Yep, Rask going to make a step over toe hold on it. Inside. Mr. Von Schacht. This is a tough one to get out of, particularly when one man's backing you up the way Von Schacht is. A referee to do anything with a crowd like this has to have almost as many eyes as an octopus has arms, goodness knows.
What about the whistle?
Oh, Mr. Von Schacht, hush up. Side mare on Bernard. He weighs a neat 260 some odd pounds. You know this boy O'Connor has strength, or at least knowledge of leverage. Oh, dear me. Somebody made him mad, says Mr. Bernard. Let's see what O'Connor's going to do here. He's got a crossed pair of toe holds on Von Schacht and is standing on him. This is the old Indian deathlock. This one's a roughie. Would you like a head pad, Mr. Von Schacht? Mm-hmm. Oh, fine. Talk to him, Mr. Von Schacht. He was all for winning here a while ago. O'Connor's putting it on him now. Uh-oh. Fire and fall back, boys. Rasputin got dumped into the ring there, but the boys bounced him off of the ropes. Have to break it up. Nope, O'Connor's still got his Indian death hold here. This is a standing and a falling doubled set of toe holds. One of them's figure forward, and the other one is braced against that. Really a weird deal. Hard to describe unless you use a chalkboard and illustrated plans, you know. Lie down. Mr. Von Schacht. The bottom of his foot to you. Well, now let's see what this is going to amount to. Well, for one thing, it will allow Von Schacht possibly to get loose. Nope, it isn't either. O'Connor's still hanging on. Yes, there are your legs, Fritz. You watch it, Fritz, I'd recommend. Well, let's see. At least O'Connor's in friendly territory when this happens to him. Well, somebody's out of the ring here, so it'll have to be broken up now. Hey, fellas. Fellas, Mr. Von Schacht. Mr. Marlin's got you. Here's the guy that you want. Well, there's a tag, finally. Von Schacht made it. He wouldn't have given you a nickel that he was, though. Come on, clear the ring, Fritz. Let's move the debris over. New name part. There's the tag. Marlin's in. Flying mare on Bernard. A knee lift. Another flying mare. Let's see if Don's going to try for... Nope. I thought maybe he's going to try his famous country mule kick. Beitelman's reaching in here, trying to relieve Marlin. That is, if Marlin wants away. There's full Nelson. Oh, wasn't the full Nelson that hurt him. It was that clip that Rasputin gave him. You saw what happened, I presume. Marlin dropped away, and Rasputin, instead of clipping him, tagged Bernard. Could happen, you know. Matter of fact, it did. Outside, wrist lock and doubled on O'Connor. There's a drag. Another one. Here's a tag. Beitelman's in. He has a nickel's worth of old trouble to settle up with Rasputin here. Well, that's one for you, Mr. Bernard. Dragged by the whiskers. A headlock. Another drag by the whiskers. Oh, look at that guy Rasputin hit. And, of course, the Bobbsey twins have him now. Long gone now. Boy, when this guy Rasputin hits you, you have been hit. Tag, Bernard is in. Tag on the other team, O'Connor's in. This was not what Mr. Bernard wanted. Headlock. Look out. Oh, well. That's where Bernard got his name. Boy, he will buck body checks with anybody. Let's see if it works this time. It may. If we can get up enough steam here. I hope all this works out. Oh, hello. Maybe. 1, 2, 3.
A flying drop kick. The second fall to O'Connor, Beitelman, and Marlin with a flying drop kick.
So now we've come around to the point to where both of these teams has a fall. This is the third and deciding fall coming up in this match. First time that I have ever seen it in the wrestling business. Now, Mr. Von Schacht, let's not get personal with Mr. Beitelman. Wait until the bell rings, and then you can work out your differences as you like. Fritz Von Schacht, Ivan Rasputin, the Chess Bernard on one team, Farmer Don Marlin, Bud O'Connor from New Zealand, and Don Beitelman from Buffalo, New York on the other. This one has been a hassle. No. That's 10-second whistle. Let's get the bell here in a minute. There's the bell, and we're off and running. There was something about Von Schacht calling Beitelman a punk. That's why these two have squared off at each other here the way they have. Nothing particularly scientific. This is just vigorous. Don's trying to fend off for Beitelman here. Mr. O'Connor's getting into the detail. Ooh, they've got him zeroed in. But there was a tag. Beitelman's mad. His professional integrity has been insulted by being called a punk. Have to break it up here. Onto the ropes. Uh-oh. Beitelman shot one out of the break that time. This is a chin lock reverse. Rasputin took it away from him. Just by brute strength.
How about looking for a pin?
Oh, Mr. Rasputin. You can break up his ribs, and they're high priced these days. Broad arm lick. There's that funny little jumping kick of Rasputin's. Not a thing wrong with it as a tactic. Only that it kind of makes things tough on people. Beitelman's right down in here on top of me now.
5, 6, 7.
Here's the count.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Von Schacht in there too early for that one. Chin lock posted on Beitelman. 1, 2. 1, 2. One, two. Something going on here. Shin barking by Bernard. A little bit of everything. Uh-oh. He caught him that time, finally, at long last. Well, Von Schacht nailed him right behind the ear with that one. There's an arm lock posted and into a body press now. Let go of the trunks, Mr. Bernard. Oh, no, I use the open part of my hand. Mm-hmm. That's what it says here. Look out, you get the umpire in this thing, fellas. Count of 2 on Beitelman then. There's a tag to Von Schacht again. Poor little Don Beitelman. And he looks small among these guys. Well, well, at least he landed in his own corner here. There was a tag. Now Mr. Von Schacht, I imagine, is going to get a nickel or a dime's worth of what for here. I don't know what Marlin's doing to him out there, but he's got him zeroed in. Drag. Aye, how this boy O'Connor can drop kick. There's one for you, Ivan. And another one, little chum. What are we going to do? Line them up like hot dogs here? It's a rhubarb. It's a rhubarb.
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. The time is 5 minutes, 10 seconds. The referee gives the third and deciding fall to Beitelman, O'Connor, and Marlin by disqualification.
Well, little chums, there you have it. That is the match of the evening. It's one the likes of which I have not seen. This is Russ Davis speaking to you from ringside at International Amphitheatre in Chicago, where a match has just been won by Bud O'Connor, Don Beitelman, Farmer Don Marlin over Rasputin, Von Schacht, and the Chess Bernard. Hope you enjoyed it.